Okay, folks, now let's begin. Now, the nightlife in various parts of the world literally crumbled as a result of the pandemic. It did. I mean, with everything going virtual, we saw concerts happening virtually. We saw our favorite events happening virtually, from the VMAs to Coachella to Afro Nation, Afrochella, every single thing went virtual. I mean, let's take a look at this clip from Afro Nation, for instance. This was happening in Ghana. Now, you remember all of these people being gathered in one place and then nothing, nada. You can never have all of this as a result of the spread of COVID-19. However, while everybody who's present at this event obviously felt the brunt of the pandemic, there were people who not only felt it, but also couldn't do anything about it. Now, DJs, club owners, the kids of the nightlife, or kings of the nightlife, as I like to call them, they suffered major economic loss as well. For every concert you see, for every event that happens, for every song you hear, there needs to be a DJ who's banging to that song. There needs to be a place where the song is being played at. Well, DJ TTB, who goes by the real name, Tochukwu Charles Ananti. He is an award-winning Nigerian professional DJ. He's a producer as well, and he is known for his skill on the turntables and his distinctive style of production. And joining us now just to discuss how nightlife existed within the pandemic and post-lockdown. I wouldn't say post-pandemic, I'll say post-lockdown. First of all, thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank
and
you.
I think this is a conversation that we don't even have enough. Every time we spoke on the pandemic, we spoke on it from the perspective of, people just being at home, not being able to go out. It was boring.
Yeah.
But that was work for you. That was something I would say maybe your work begins like maybe 9 p.m.
Yes.
Giving people great music,
True.
keeping them entertained, and for months that did not happen. What did that feel like?
Well, let me start with saying entertainment in Nigeria is like is a very, very significant, has a significant role to play in the whole GDP of the country, and that industry employs a lot of people. A lot of families depend on it. So them pulling the switch on it, first of all, is nobody's fault. But we didn't think it was rationally done, because they just thought maybe of the day workers. I never thought of the night workers like us, because most of us, our lives depend on, once it's 9 p.m., that's when we're out. And that's when the curfew started as of last year, by 8 p.m.
Yes.
So I couldn't understand it, and it was really a big blow to us.
I can only imagine, and I mean, like you said, it's nobody's fault, because it was necessary to keep people safe. But in terms of how much money was lost, just give us an idea. I mean, I'm sure you're not going to give us actual figures, but compared to when everything was normal, I would like to call this period we're in the new normal, compared to when everything was normal and now, how much money would you say that industry, and I'm talking about the nightlife industry, because I know it's a whole different ballgame. People spend, just yesterday, a friend was telling me how people came into the club, and just one individual spent about 10 million just on drinks. And of course, if the music isn't good, if the DJ isn't giving you songs to vibe to, you're not spending that money. So give us an idea of just how much money we lost, during that period as a DJ.
I'll give you stats based on this environment, Abuja. So an average nightclub in Abuja could make, in a weekend, like 20 million, 15 million in a weekend. So, and that was before pandemic. Post-pandemic now, is that thing got, first of all, it dwindled to zero, because we didn't open at all. And now it's rising a little and little. People are still not 100% free to go out and spend the way they used to before. So and for the DJs, it was really terrible. DJs, the waitresses, the bouncers, the managers, the staffs, it was horrible, because most of them lost the job. The ones that got it back got it half pay. Now they have to do the same job with half pay. So it's really terrible.
But the thing is, you're not only a DJ, you're a producer as well. In fact, you have your own song. You've put out a couple of songs, and you just put out a new one. So would you say this is one way DJs are able to, diversify and just stay above water, to be honest, as opposed to just depending on turntables, producing your own music as well?
Yes, a lot of smart DJs out there really improvised. not just the music part. Some of us we delved into academies. Like I opened a DJ academy during the pandemic. I trained over 20 students during the pandemic. So that's me trying to do something different. And also the production part, I've been doing that a long time ago, but it gave me more time to perfect my craft. And this jam that I just put out is like a product of those months I was not doing anything.
Well, we have that song right now. When we get back, because I want people to hear it.
Yes.
It's becoming a thing. I think the pandemic also produced a lot more DJs. I mean, now there's everybody. I mean, I'm thinking of becoming one. Let's take a look at that jam. It is called On Your Man. We have it right now. We'll be back with some more in this conversation. You're welcome back to Arise 360, and of course I still have DJ TTB in the studio today with me. Now, as a DJ, I can only imagine how crazy things get. So what would you say is the craziest, because you're up pretty late and probably snoring at that hour. What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you? You know, playing, you're doing your thing, and then everyone's in the club having a great time, obviously very tipsy. What's the craziest experience you've ever had?
Well, we have every night is a crazy experience, like you rightly said. But the worst that can happen is when you're DJing and people are fighting right in front of you, and you still have to get the music going. So it's kind of crazy and inhuman. So
what do you do actually? Do you guys, keep it down?
Yes, kind of coordinate it and try to play some happy songs to see if it can distract some people.
I mean, I can only imagine the fighting obviously is because, there's a lot of alcohol in people's systems as well.
Yes, so stuffs happen. Sometimes you have to move from gigs to gigs to gigs in one night. And so you just see different characters and different demeanor. It's just so many
I feel you DJs things. Have really seen a lot. Because the truth is, while everyone is dancing, you guys are really looking and observing. So you guys really get to see a lot. Let's talk about the whole idea of gender bias. Now, it's a conversation that's very essential because in a lot of industries, you find a lot more men than females. But I'll be honest to say that, especially within the FCT, there are a lot of female DJs. I mean, in terms of even getting gigs, I see a lot of females getting gigs, posters. So, I mean, you're in the industry. Would you say there's like a gender disparity within the world of DJing in Nigeria?
Yeah, earlier there used to be, I believe there used to be, because women were known not to do this kind of job. I mean, they could sing, but DJing was mainly known for men. So I think now a lot has changed from the past 5 years. Now in Abuja, me personally, I've trained like 7 female DJs in Abuja, and a lot of them out there. I'm happy for them because first of all, they're not competition to men. A guy DJing and a girl DJing is different.
How so?
So yeah, because we are just about the energy, and then the women, you consider the fashion, the glamour they bring to the party. Yeah. So like whoever wants a female DJ wants a female DJ.
So basically what you're saying is that, no, I don't get it. So basically what is the difference between a male DJ and a female DJ?
A female DJ, a proper female DJ that has the swagoo of a female DJ, how it should be, brings the glitz and the glamour to the party, not just the music. Okay. Like I can name a few female DJs I know around Abuja that does that. Like,
please mention one.
Gigi Jasmine, Lala. You know, when they're in a party, you could notice like, okay, this is a female DJ because it's all vibes coming out from the booth. They are seeing something and you're feeling at the same time. So yeah, so whoever wants to go for a DJ knows the kind of DJ they want, the female DJ or male DJ. So there's no competition whatsoever. We kind of complement each other.
Let me ask a question. If I've never seen this before, but if a female DJ, you know, maybe me, picture me. I'm not a DJ.
Picture.
I walk in, I'm wearing a mask, so no one knows it's Catchy TV. And I'm wearing something fully clothed. 'd.
Yeah. I'm not in any way appealing sexually.
I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually. I'm not in any way appealing sexually do I stand the chance of appealing to people as a female DJ?
100%.
So it's not about the look.
Yeah.
It's not about...
The look is a plus. The talent is the main gauge here, but the look is a plus.
So when you say glitz and glam, it's the... Please explain swaggle. Maybe I just didn't get it.
When you see the pretty long nails shining, tapping the buttons, and the smile, the like kind of dances in between. All
I don't get you though. I know Fapsin Dorcas. She's a DJ as well, and I've seen her work a couple of times. In fact, there was a day that it's her energy for me. She wants everybody to have fun with her. Whether she knows you, she doesn't know you. You're dancing. She's coming right there to meet you, and she's dancing with you as well. So I can relate to the energy. What's the relationship between a DJ and a hype man? I think it's something that oftentimes it's almost a symbiotic one. They can't do without each other.
Yes, it's very symbiotic because for me, I cannot work with a hype man that doesn't flow with me. It's like, I don't know, it's just like two negative forces coming together. So, but when he's lapping well, and the hype man knows when you throw in an instrumental, who knows what the right time to talk, and to ginger the people, and like then let the music flow. Guy. Just in between DJs, especially now the Amapiano tunes are raining. There's a lot of beat gaps. When those beats are drumming, you have to hype on it and give it that boost. And then when the music picks back up, you shut up. And that's what a good hype man does. He knows when to talk and when not to talk.
Would you say we have a lot of hype men who do not understand?
Of course, yes, a lot. But the ones that know it, they're getting the gigs and they're doing well. I'm happy for them.
Okay, Alex. Now, before we wrap this up, DJing as a profession in Nigeria, how appreciated is it?
Right now, I'm so proud. When I finished school, I studied industrial chemistry, by the way. So now, I couldn't tell my dad I'm a DJ. I'm sorry. Back in 2007, I couldn't say that. So it took me like 6 years for him to... I started with saying I'm a producer. There was something he can relate to. And then I started coming out before I could tell him. But he was so proud when he got to see my work and what I do. So right now, parents brings their kids to academies to teach, to be taught DJs. So it's something that really impressed me. I remember one of my students, her parents came through, DJ Lala, to the academy, and I was like, man, so this is happening finally. So right now it's very accepted, and it's a very, very big money making ventures. People are getting paid well. I'm married, I have kids, I'm comfortable.
I think I'm gonna consider it. Maybe I'll make a nice DJ. I'll be DJ K.
K, maybe you get to live someday.
So DJ, that should be fun. Anyway, DJ TTB, thank you so much for joining us on the Rise 360 today. Onyoma, before I let you go, let's talk about that song. Ethic. Zara, she's so good. How did you find her? That's the lady who was playing the violin.
Oh, we met like 4 years ago, and we are both music heads, and we just sing. So I just knew that someday we could do something together.
She's really good. So you said this song was 4 years in the making?
No, not 4 years, like since last year.
Oh, since last year, during the pandemic. It's something that you were able to build during that period. How was that experience?
It was good. I got to meet Phil Keys finally earlier this year. So Phil Keys is a renowned producer in Nigeria. So when he came to Abuja, I was like, yo, let's hook up something. I have an idea. I played a beat for him, and then he now remade it and sang this wonderful chorus on it. And that's how the song came about. So I thought of adding an instrumentalist because I want something different from what's out there. So I thought of Zara. I brought her in. She recorded in just 30 minutes, and it was a banger.
Okay. Now, aspiring DJs out there, aspiring hype men out there watching the show and thinking, I really want to be a hype man. What would you have to say to them?
Well, it's just easy. It's easy. You know why it's easy? Because it's something you are taught every day in school, in churches, everywhere you go. Just be diligent, be hardworking, focus. Just learn the craft. It's easy.
It's easy.
Yeah, but you have to learn it. You have to focus. It's not something you can just
waltz into and it's going to be easy.
Just concentrate. Do it. Just look at the best out there, the best DJs, the best hype man. emulate what they're doing, add your own.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, DJ TTB, once again, thank you so much for joining me on Arise 360 and enlightening me in this exciting world of DJ.